My name is Renasha Haynes. I am a senior journalism and mass communication student with a concentration in multimedia journalism, and this is my demo reel. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can contact me at rkhaynes@aggies.ncat.edu, and my number is 336-410-3328. Social media is playing an enormous role in how millennials get their news. Well, once was a generation filled with Americans who grew up in a pre-digital world, or receiving news through newspapers and watching local news on television is now slowly becoming a thing of the past. Just 3 weeks ago, 50 Cent was facing backlash after he told his social media followers to vote for Trump in the upcoming 2020 presidential election, while claiming that President Trump was racist towards black people. According to the Mother Jones Weekly article, Amy Coney Barnett was the least experienced Supreme Court justice nominee in over 30 years. Just 3 weeks ago, 50 Cent was facing backlash after he told his social media followers to vote for Trump in the upcoming 2020 presidential election, while claiming that President Trump was racist towards black people. The rapper posted a photo to Instagram of a television broadcast from CNBC's Power Lunch that showed top tax rates per state under Democratic candidate Joe Biden's proposed tax plan. 50 Cent was born as Curtis Jackson III, expressed shock at how the tax rates will apply to him. But 50 Cent is not the only influencer who has spoken on the election and who he thinks his followers should vote for. Kanye West has went all in as far as running for president alongside Trump and Biden, and commentators say that could be extremely dangerous for the upcoming election.
I think it's a joke. He shouldn't be running for president, knowing America's in shambles. He was going to vote him as a joke, and we're going to be more in shambles.
This is where the social media could have the potential to be a part of another disinformation campaign. This is something potential voters are taking seriously. And celebrities and influencers can be very influential when it comes to politics and definitely the election. And that comes with great responsibility. According to the Mother Jones Weekly article, Amy Coney Barnett was the least experienced Supreme Court justice nominee in over 30 years. During her confirmation, Senator Richard Blumenthal pressed her on her failure to turn over additional relevant documents to the committee, including an anti-abortion newspaper ad she signed in 2006. Barrett's experience consists of 2 years of private practice, 15 years of teaching experience, and a short stint of an appellate court. Because of her controversial qualifications on being the Supreme Court, I asked the question, is it important to be overly qualified to be a government official?
Yes, because they're dealing with things of high importance, such as they have to be qualified to know what's good for the country.
Yes, because government officials are the people that's running this country, so I think they should be very qualified to run this country, and they won't put our people in shambles.
Yes, I really think they should be qualified for a job, overqualified as a matter of fact, because they're the ones that's controlling this country, and actually either they're going to help the poor or make the rich richer. So I think when somebody gets in office, they need to make sure they're qualified and know exactly what to do to run this country.
Even though some naysayers might think she's underqualified, there are people who think she's a good fit for this country. I guess we have to wait and find out. Social media is playing an enormous role in how millennials get their news. Well, once was a generation filled with Americans who grew up in a pre-digital world, or receiving news through newspapers and watching local news on television is now slowly becoming a thing of the past. In a survey done by Reuters Institute, digital outlets serve as the main source of news for those under 35, including 64% between the ages of 18 and 24. The battle between social media and broadcast news has begun, and we spoke with a few people to get an idea of where they get their news from and how they watch it.
Twitter.
Social media.
NBC, CNN, things like that.
No, not really.
Barely.
I can't really have a say on that if I don't really watch the news.
The news.
Say vote. I mean,
Okay.
I if I really wanted to find something out, I'm gonna really watch the news more than social media.